Immediate cell phone prohibition while in uniform. TL. Doctor. Follows order and frustrates superior who gave order. E9 threatens to phone parents of a 30-year-old. While in the U.S. military. I was an E4 enlisted. Not officer. Enlisted ranks go to E9. I was going to meet up with a friend for lunch. But this briefing ran long with a E9 female, who was someone special, like the leader of our entire career group or some such. But these briefings are mandatory and so generic that you tune them out. Probably the third one in a quarter I'd been forced to suffer in silence through. Ironically, this same female E9 had come to my prior base and was coined by her. Coining is a small token of gratitude. A good job, in the shape of a coin that you can show off to others. Bragging rights. This visit was different. Because female E9 had blathered on. I wanted to alert my friend via text that I'd be late. It was so boring and the briefing kept getting extended for so long. I guess I practically had a conversation with said friend. Anyway, I caught the negative attention of my superiors. The next day I got written up. In the reprimand, the letter stated, effective immediately, you are no longer allowed to carry your mobile phone. Cue malicious compliance. The moronic idiocy where the punishment far exceeded the crime led to me spending several taxpayer dollars writing an email outlining the issue with said order. It went something like this. 2. Less than my E6 supervisor, I received my letter of reprimand stating that I was no longer allowed to have my phone with me while in uniform. Unfortunately, my phone is sitting here with me at my desk. How am I to get my phone to my vehicle given these circumstances? Please advise. The E6 shows up at my desk in a huff and says, take your phone to your car and get back up here. I then had to go visit my immediate E9. Different one than the speaker. Why? Not sure. So it's me. E4, E6, and male E9. I explain the situation. But I'm allegedly a problem child for not listening to a person who wouldn't be able to pick me out of a crowd the next day because I was informing a friend who could that I'd be late for lunch. Whatever. Male E9 asks me if he thinks he should call my parents and inform them of what I did. I think this odd. But I guess some 18-year-olds get really nervous at this threat and plead. No. Please no. E9. Don't do that. Quote. Me? I'm 30 by this point. And a college graduate to boot. My response. You're going to do whatever it is you're going to do, very matter-of-factly. This notably annoys male E9. E9. What's your parents' number? Quote. Me. I don't know. You don't know? Don't you call your parents? Quote. Well, yes. But they moved recently and I just have their number stored in my phone. Well, pull it out and look it up in your phone. Quote. My gaze immediately shoots at E6 who just as swiftly lets out a very audible sigh as he realizes. My phone is in my car. Sir. I was ordered to no longer have my phone on me while in uniform, I respond. I'm told to go retrieve it from my car and provide my parents' phone number to the E9 for, you know, safekeeping. A year passes, and I tell my dad the story. After I've separated, he never got a call, but said that if he had, he would have asked whether the phone call was a joke, given that I was very much an adult by then. Edit. To the commenter who supported the 30+ yo enlisted. Thank you. Yes. There are a wide variety of reasons why you'd be low-ranking and older than normal. For me, I opted not to gain a rank. For $200 extra per month and getting yelled at even more. And knew I wasn't going to stay in. By this point I was within 6 months of getting out. I joined very late as I had hit hard times and instead of going back for a master's degree and taking on massive debt, I opted for that path instead. Once getting out, I nearly doubled my income as it is an in-demand skill set. My low rank no longer mattered to my bank account. A secondary malicious compliance is possible here. Get one of your buddies to let you use their phone. When they say you were ordered to not have your phone, tell them whose phone it is. Why on earth would they contact your parents? Surely everyone in the forces is an adult. I'm told to go retrieve it from my car and provide my parents' phone number to the E94. You know, safekeeping. That might have been an opportunity. Sir, that puts me in a tough spot. I now have to choose which of the two orders to disobey. May I ask your advice? Sir? Quote, Sir, I've just had a good idea. My uniform is the problem here. I'll return to my quarters. Change out of uniform. Go to my car. Find my phone. Note down my parents' number. Change back into uniform again. Then report back with their number. Sir, you can tell that I was never in the military. Has he been in service for too long that he lost touch? Perhaps he was an elementary school teacher. An E9 called my mom once. I was in basic, and a group of freshly graduated command chiefs, senior enlisted members for large organizations, at the close of their class, were having lunch with some basic trainees for some remember your roots sort of reason. Anyway, my bunkmate and I got handed off to one and had a nice chill lunch. He asked for our parents' names and numbers so he could call them and tell them we were doing well. My mom really appreciated the check-in, since we didn't get a lot of phone time and she didn't know what I was going through. Good guy, that chief. Yours sounds like a knob. Oh man, by the time I was 30 both of my parents were dead. I would love for that threat to come at me. For people talking smack about age and degree, I'd like to inform you that people from all walks and stages of life enlist. I went to basic with a 32yo guy who joined for personal reasons. I had a supervisor who had a bachelor's who enlisted because she wanted to instead of commissioning. She was around 28 or so when she did. People who leave comments like that tell me that they probably haven't spent much time in the military themselves. People are seriously doubting your story because you're 30 and an E4? When I left the military my E6 was 43 because he joined at 33 as an E1. Our military stories would appreciate this. I would have encouraged the phone call. My dad would have asked why his tax dollars were funding such a waste of time or some such. That's why we don't re-enlist. Military malicious compliance is a delicate and nuanced art form. I hear so many stories here, where it seems like something is lacking. What was lacking was the fact that the parties could walk away at any time. No one knows how enjoyable it is to have nothing to lose. But you are still expected to show up to work every day. 90% of the people who played a major role in my life were military or military adjacent. The entire government is run on malicious compliance. Thank you for your story. I hope it encourages more military malicious compliance stories. Prior Navy here. I may be wrong, but I don't think anyone, no matter what rank, is allowed to compel you to give out your family's personal info. I told the people in my unit high and low not to contact my personal phone with work-related topics. They didn't like that, so I then told them they could issue me a phone or come to my room and contact me. They thought I was joking and I started blocking them. That was a good 4 months before I started checking out. Former enlisted here. I have so many stories of malicious compliance from my days in active duty. Love it. Can you imagine threatening to call parent? Here is the last number for my parents. If you get through, can you ask them to give me call? From beyond the veil. Which parents? Biological parents or foster parents? So for the rest of your enlistment, you are not allowed to have your phone with you while in uniform? And it only applies to you? That really sucks. We didn't have cell phones when I was in the Navy. It's nice to be reminded of why I got out so many years ago. Open mouth smile. Getting a lot of Fort Polk vibes here. So in my experience, most people who are a problem are people who joined in their 20s versus late teens. You had already established a compass. I've had stupid corrective trainings like this. I would never answer the phone again, just leave it at home. Sorry, can't use it in uniform. Go home. Sorry, never changed out slept in my PTS.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.